Welcome back, everyone, to Piney Previews, where we have survived the first three assaults while defending Caras Gelebren back in the Second Age. Now let's see about the fourth assault. We have held them at the gates thus far, but I don't think that it'll last. The enemy knows we have no escape. He toys with us. Yet, a cornered foe is not one that we wish to be trifled with. It will be as Lord Celebrimborn said. We will make our stand together before the house of Miradyne and cast the enemy from Meragion. You must tell Lord Celebrimborn that we cannot hold the gates for much longer. Do not worry about me. I'll follow as soon as I'm able, and we will stand together before the end. Go! Alright, so now I need to go and head out to... don't tell me I got lost. No! Actually, no, I need to go... okay, this way. Yes! Yeah, that's right. I was going in the complete opposite direction. So we need to go this way. And now forward to the south gate, I was going that way. This time I turn to the east. And here we have Celebrimborn and 6 elves. And do not bet on all 6 of those elves surviving. Now, Celebrimborn, I believe, must survive, so he has the stats there. Spoils of battle. I presume you're not allowed to open this up until... Really? Was that for surviving the first part? Is the spoils of battle thing? It's almost like a first boss or something like this there. So we got 2 coins of Cardolan, which is I guess some type of currency here, and also an enhancement rune, level 131. So now that we survived that, let's see what we can get.
Alas for Caras Gelebren. Alas for the Miradyne.
Alas, that it should come to this. I don't doubt Valdor's words. The gates will not hold. We must defend the house from the forces of the enemy. Sauron must not find that which he seeks. As soon as the other warriors have fallen back, we'll stand to... a hornblat.
The enemy's forces have renewed their assault.
You notice there are 2
Move
horns
to the
there?
front. Caras Gelebren must not fall.
That means we are going to be facing 2 waves at a time. Yes. Sort of similar to what happens in Siege of Gondoman when you get to the last round there, where you wind up having the central spot where you're getting 2 waves. You get 1 wave on each side. So we'll just have to pick a side and then their numbers here. And now on this end. Oopsie daisy. Okay, now let's go a little bit on the other side. Make sure that we don't have things get too grim on either side of this. Wait, a Servants of the Deceiver. Intermediate. I presume there's going to be a Servants of the... New need! Servants of the Deceiver. Advanced. Right. Oh, they're just getting warmed up, by the way. Virtue cap reached. Wonderful. Well, I don't have time to look into that. Let's see. That was an Echo of Death. And is that a Bloodrook or is that a Dragonet? That's a Dragonet. Okay. Now, we've got that Echo of Death down the other end, so we'll probably have to at some point deal with that. Or at least with others in the area there, so that we don't have too much on these guys. You're okay so far, aren't you? most of them don't have strong health bars in there. Oh no! Oh goodness gracious! I'm gonna have to try to. I think conviction's gonna be an important skill here. Alright. Maybe I could heal some of them. I know it's not the strong suit of a warden, but we will have to just deal with that. And it's more than 4 waves that we have here. I completely lost count of how many waves there were. I think it might have been, there were at least 6, I think, and maybe even 8. Now, of course, there's always a possibility that there were that many because of a bug, but I was going by the assumption that, oh yeah, that was intentional. But it might not necessarily be the case. I know that there was one time where Battle in the 21st Hall had a bug where sometimes it would send double waves during that final assault where you're going back and forth between the north and the south. And the north and south would simultaneously get one. So they were staggered. You would have something like, you would have a wave, then you have another single wave, then you would have this double wave, then a double wave, then you have 2 more single waves, so you had a full assault staggered against each other on the thing. And I was reminded of that because while here we are seeing 2 groups on here, I hear even more of them later on. It said it gets tougher. It's not gonna get any easier. Hey! Alright, there you go, and there you go. Alright, you okay down there? Alright, you guys could handle the dragonette while I go and see how these guys. So now we're trying to defend 2 sites at a time. We have all these elves who are going to be brittle, it looks like. Oh, dragonette. Maybe what happened to me last time was a bug. Enemies are marching on the house of Merdane.
The forces of the enemy.
Ah! Okay. It is only 4 waves, but there's another assault after that. And now there's a horn for the southern gates. And now I think there might even be 3. Yeah, and this time it's a triple assault. Okay, that's what happened. There's a 5th assault that has triple waves. And that means that these guys are going to have a tough time, and then they're expecting you to go out and handle an encounter way at the south gate while all this is happening, just to make things tougher. Alright. Here we go. Oops, daisy. Hey. Nazgul? Do the Nazgul even exist at this point? Interesting question. Do the Nazgul exist at this point? Probably not. The future Nazgul, I don't know if the future Nazgul have the rings yet, since of course Sauron is looking for the rings, but it might be just the elven rings he's looking for. He might already have them.
Press the attack.
He might already have the rings of men with him and has distributed them, but I don't think they have been wraithified yet. Okay, here we go with a wound taker. There you go. Ouch! And ouch, 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 ouch. And your turn. And your turn. Now, the first time I did it, of course, I had no idea what was going on. So you had the whole thing about not knowing what is happening on top of everything else that's going on here. Which makes the whole thing a little bit tougher. It looks like, am I bleeding elves now? Alright, where are, oh, yeah, we are losing elves. And let's see, we're down to 4 elves plus Gelebren. So we've lost 2 elves already, it looks like. Alright, this is round 3. That's an echo of death, which is always going to be a bit of a problem. And this one has one of those Defender of the Vile. So yeah, we got 3 waves. 2 of the waves have lieutenants. Oh, there we go. Now I got completed Warg Slayer of Swanfleet. Wonderful. Indeed, Warg Slayer of Swanfleet. Yes, I killed those wargs 3,000 years ago. Oh, all right, who's left? Who's left? Oh.
Hold back the orcs! Do not allow them one step further into our city.
We'll try. A lieutenant has joined, yeah. How many in which direction? Is that yeah, it's a troll wound taker. Seems to like Shepherds of Filth, wound takers, Daywalker Berserkers, Echoes of Death. Those are the ones that I remember seeing the most so far. It doesn't seem to have much of a selection on. What in the? Oh, he's being healed by one of these. Get down. Okay. These curse shouters are healing the wound taker. That's the problem. Healers. 4 different healers in there. All right. And your turn. Now, is this the last wave? Not sure on there. Alright, you guys take care of that one. Okay, no, I guess I'll take care of that one too. Alright, what's left? Oh, there's another one here. You have defended against the final assault. Alright. Ah.
Prepare yourselves! One of Sauron's champions approaches!
Ah, now comes Sauron's champion. Oh, good grief. What is this? And there are 3 choices.
Long have you toiled to preserve your legacy, but it is for naught. All of your works shall crumble to ashes. Your time is over. The doom of Eregion is at hand.
from what I can tell, there are 3 different versions of the final boss.
The fires of Udun burn within me.
And apparently this one likes to bring out candles.
The fires of Udun burn within me.
So this is...
No, I go on. In every flame, in every last ember.
Right. Yeah. You know, this is... Not given that I'm still going to survive this. Tricky on there. I have never surrender prepared just in case this does go down. Oh, these are tough. So apparently there are 3 different versions that you could face here. Now, before I go to the next thing, let me... Lesser gift of the Merdine Tier 1. So I guess there is... I suppose lesser means it's from solo and tier 1 means tier 1 solo. It's a daily for picking that one up. So I played that earlier today. So you can do this once per day, I guess, of each type. Now I did get a nice shield out of this. This shield, the Resilient Shield of Old Eregion. And that came from my last playthrough of the skirmish. And I'm assuming that it is a daily cooldown. Does it tell you what the cooldown is on here? No, it doesn't. I guess I have to... No, tomorrow's Thursday, so if there's a reset timer on a weekly, we'll find out then. But most likely it's a daily since it's a skirmish. What do you say about that, Gelebren?
We have stood fast in the face of the enemy, but this respite will not last.
Sauron's forces have encircled Caras, Gelebren, and try as they might, the armies of Gil-galad and Elrond have yet been able to pierce them and come to our aid. I weep for those we have lost, and I pray that their sacrifices were not in vain. Or is that Gil-galad, I guess, really?
Let us hope that Gil-galad and the others shall soon arrive, or all will be lost.
Alright.
All is lost, Gelebren.
Uh-oh.
But with your aid, I may yet find what I seek.
Oh, that's right. Do I have
You! You need not guise yourself in a fair form any longer, Sauron.
Yeah.
Why still do you wear the face of Anpur?
That you might look upon the face of a friend one last time, Gelebren.
All of the elves make war against you. What you have done this day will not go unanswered.
Right.
It matters not. I have wrought an army greater than any in this world since the age of Morgoth. Do you not see? All of your triumphs and all of your failures were of my design. Your city will be unmade, and your people slain to the last. When at last your will is broken, you will surrender the rings of power. The Valar have abandoned you. I am all that awaits you, Gelebren.
One more.
To me,
beg you. You must go. Flee by secret ways. Lead the others north. And do not look back.
Right. In other words, run away! I'm back here in the Third Age, and slowly things are returning to normal as the 10 dread from Sauron slowly dissipates. See, I ran 3,000 years into the future. That's quite a run.
Many are the wounds of war that scar these lands.
And that is the end of the tale, Pineleaf. Although I didn't see him fall, Faldor was lost. My brother held the gates of Caras Gelebren against the enemy for as long as he could, and I wish I could tell him how proud I was of him on that moment. But there was never time, is there? Even for the Eldar. Although the war continued for years, I and the other survivors of my kin found refuge in Imladris. In time, what we were faded away, and it was as if the Myrdain were not to be named as such among the elves, and the stain of the enemy could not be scoured from their hands. Tarandir shakes his head. Might I ask something of you? Travel up into the city, stand before the ruins of the house of Myrdain, and listen. That is all I ask. Let's travel to the ruins of the house of Myrdain and listen. I guess that is out in this direction. And let's see what we get. Oh, this is a level 14 Uruk, so they're not exactly going to bug me any. In fact, if you're doing this quest, you have to be at least level 20. Since otherwise, you wouldn't be able to finish it, since you need to be at least 20 in order to run a skirmish. Here we go. Further across. The ruins of the house of Myrdain loom before you. You hear nothing but the wind and the gentle lapping of the water nearby. Okay. I didn't hear much while I was there.
Even so far from the lands of the enemy, there is dread upon my heart.
You heard nothing, yes? That is a great sorrow, and one made no less painful with the passage of time. Once you would have heard the songs of anvils and chisels, and those of laughter and friendship, but no more. All that remains of Caras and Gelebren, of Thamidine, of old Mirabel, are ruins and dreadful memories. When I soon depart this realm, will I be healed of these wounds? I cannot say for certain, but I fear the answer, for neither seems befitting, either as gift or punishment. Tarandir pauses. His gaze falls upon the ruins of the lower city of Caras Gelebren. After a long moment, he turns to you. I thank you for hearing my tale, Pineleaf. It has done my spirit well to tell it one last time in Middle-earth. Oh, but one more thing. A word of warning. If you would hear it, the enemy's hand, though maimed, may still seek to shape the days to come in Middle-earth. Be watchful of the evils of this world, my friend. Yeah, be watchful of the evils. Well, yeah, this is level 21 stuff. So it's pretty much 1,000 virtue all for doing that quest. Of course, if you do it at the proper level, it may be something useful. But that is it. That is our look at the new skirmish here that we have, the Doom of Caras Gelebren, a challenging skirmish, and it looks like it has a daily extra reward that you can get. I'll have to go and test that out a little bit more to make sure that that is a daily. But that is it for the preview for this week. But we'll have more to preview, I'm sure, when the server returns. And then at that time, we'll see you again in Pineleaf Previews.